Welcome fellow Yu-Gi-Oh fans, players, and viewers. This is the first in a series of short videos talking about all the different cards being released in Shadow Specters, which comes out on July 20th in Japan. The reasoning behind these videos is that Brad and I want to ensure that every card gets its turn to be talked about because we believe that there is value in every card. That is why in these videos we will be talking about a small group of cards and in doing so explaining some of the possible uses for each card.
The first card we're going to talk about is Malicevorous Spoon. It is a Dark Fiend type, level 2 with 100 attack and 500 defense.
Its effect is, when a Malicevorous monster is normal or special summoned to your side of the field, except Malicevorous Spoon, you can target one level 2 Fiend type monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. Its effects are negated. You can only use the effect of Malicevorous Spoon once per turn.
The best way to use the Malicevorous monsters in combination is to normal summon Spoon, special summon Fork by discarding Knife, and then special summoning Knife with Spoon's effect. This allows for getting out 3 level 2s really easily. And this is great for summoning number 65 Judgebuster the Adjudicating Djinn or number 96 Dark Mist, but it's also very useful for generic rank 2 summonings, allowing for the summon of nearly any rank 2 monster. The Malicevorous monsters were used in the anime to summon those two numbers, respectively, by number 96.
Also, the Malicevorous monsters are a great way to get out 6 levels, and when combined with a special summon tuner such as Plague Spreader, Spore, or etc., high-level synchro summons are simplified.
Next to the Malicevorous monsters, we have Malicevorous Fork, which is, again, a Dark Fiend level 2 monster with 400 attack and 400 defense.
Its effect is, you can send one other Fiend-type monster from your hand to the graveyard, and special summon this card from your hand.
Unlike the other two, Malicevorous Fork is quite splashable, as it only requires Fiends for its effect. It can be used for a quick tribute if necessary, and can be quite useful in Archfiends using Archfiend Commander and Trick Archfiend. Discarding Trick Archfiends for Fork's effect triggers its ability to search out another Archfiend. You can then search out and subsequently tribute summon Archfiend Commander. This activates Commander's effect, special summon another level 6 Archfiend from the graveyard, another Commander, summon Skull, Skull Archfiend of Lightning, or Archfiend of Gilfer, allowing for an easy summon of a rank 6 Xyz monster.
Another example of its splash ability is in Infernities. Fork can be used to discard excess cards in your hand to make use of the Infernities abilities when you have 0 cards in your hand. An example is sending Infernity Archfiend to the grave to special summon Malicevorous Fork. Then you can normal summon Infernity Necromancer, and special summon Infernity Archfiend with Necromancer's effect. You can proceed to use Archfiend's effect to search for an Infernity card from your deck, likely grabbing an Infernity Barrier for protection. This play does assume that you have no other cards in hand aside from those used.
And the third and final Malicevorous monster is Malicevorous Knife. It is, again, a Dark Fiend level 2 monster with 600 attack and 100 defense.
Its effect is, when this card is normal summoned, you can target one Malicevorous monster in your graveyard, except Malicevorous Knife, and special summon that target.
Malicevorous Knife allows for the easiest Xyz summon of the 3, and is easily the best top deck, as it does not require you to have any other cards in hand.
It's perfect for a late game gachi to help keep you in the game.
Next we're going to go into the 3 numbers that are summoned using the Malicevorous monsters in the anime. The first is number 65, Judgebuster the Adjudicating Djinn. It is a Dark Fiend rank 2 with 1300 attack and 0 defense.
It requires 2 level 2 dark monsters to Xyz summon into. Its effect is, during either player's turn, when your opponent activates a monster effect, you can detach 2 Xyz materials from this card, and negate the activation, and if you do, inflict 500 damage to your opponent.
This card is very easily summoned using cards such as Giant Germ, Infernity Beetle, Caligo Clawcrow, with any other level 2 dark monster, or Cherry and Mato, summoning 2 more of itself, just to name a few. It is recommended that you use it along with Number Wall, as it is fairly weak in terms of attack and defense. It has a great advantage in that it's able to negate a monster effect from anywhere, including the grave or the hand, not just the field.
However, it can only negate monster effects. But you get to choose when and which effect to negate, unlike, for example, Light and Darkness Dragon or Skill Drain.
The next number we're going to go into is number C65, Judge Doom the Adjudicating Overlord. It is a Dark Fiend rank 3 with 1600 attack and 0 defense.
It requires 3 level 3 dark monsters, and its effect is, once per turn, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls, that target loses 1,000 attack and defense. If this card has number 65 Judge Buster the Judicutting Djinn as an Xyz material, it gains another effect. This effect is, monster effects cannot be activated from your opponent's side of the field.
Judge Doom is best used with ways to get more overlay units, as using the last unit, being Judge Buster, gets rid of the skill drain-esque effect on your opponent's side of the field. Examples of good cards to use would be Overlay Regen, Overlay Eater, which is especially good as it is a level 2 monster, if you are going for a deck that focuses around rank 2 summons, Overlay Capture, which is a new Number Hunters card, or Number Overlay Boost, which is another card from Shadow Specters. Again, it is best used with Number Wall as it only has 1600 attack, but keeping it around after your opponent's battle phase, you can severely weaken any opponent's monster.
Its primary effect to detach an overlay unit to target one of your opponent's monsters and make that monster lose 1,000 attack and defense can be very useful to get over pesky monsters such as Stardust Dragon, Evil Swarm Orpheon, or High Priestess of Prophecy, just to name a few.
And finally, we're going to discuss the cover card for Shadow Specters, number C96, Dark Storm. It is a Dark Fiend rank 3 monster with 1,000 attack and 1,000 defense.
It requires 4 level 3 dark monsters, and its effect is, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, all battle damage you take from battles involving this card is also inflicted to your opponent. If this card has number 96 Dark Mist as an Xyz material, it also gains an additional effect. Once per battle, during either player's turn, when an attack is declared involving this card and an opponent's monster, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card. The attack of the opponent's monster becomes 0, and if it does, this card gains attack equal to that monster's original attack.
Now, if you are using Rank Up Magic Numeron's Force to summon this card by ranking up number 96 Dark Mist, you can usually get this effect off safely once, allowing this card to greatly increase its attack right away. This is best used with Number Wall or number 66 Master Key Beetle to avoid effect destruction, as it already keeps itself from being destroyed by battle. Another option is to opt out of using its ranked up effect by not decreasing an opponent's attack to deal large amounts of damage to both players, but could easily be game-winning. Note that you do need to take the damage in order to deal to your opponent, so Spirit Barrier and the like will not work, similar to number 54 Lionheart.
The difference between Darkstorm and Lionheart being Darkstorm can reduce your opponent's attack to 0 and attack over their monster, while Lionheart allows you to reflect all battle damage you would have taken onto your opponent. Note that Darkstorm has the same great effect that Dark Mist has, except with the added bonus of having 1,000 original attack. Hey ladies and gents, Spencer here. I just wanted to say feel free to leave a comment below at any time. We will always be looking to discuss anything about these cards with you, whether it be basic information, other combinations with these cards, or anything else you care to discuss. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time. It's really useful to get over those pestful. They're full of pest.